Okay, so now we're going to talk about area and perimeter of a trapezoid. So remember, a trapezoid is a shape that looks something like this. All right, where this is going to be our base 1. This is our base 2. And remember, the height of a trapezoid, or any height, has to create that 90-degree angle to it. That's got to be our height. So just know that you create that 90-degree angle by one of those the slants on one of the side. You need to create that. So whatever you might be given, you may have to use Pythagorean theory to figure out what the height is. Okay, so the area of a trapezoid is base 1 plus the base 2 times the height, all divided by 2. All right, so base 1, we're going to add our bases together, multiply it by the height, and then divide it all by 2. All right, so let's just look at a few examples here. Base 1, we're going to say, is this. So that's 8. Base 2 is our length down here. So that's 12. So remember, those bases have to be those straight lines. They're not going to be those slanted lines. The height on this one is 7. So our area is the base 1 plus the base 2 times height, all divided by 2. Okay, so let's go fill that out. Base 1, 8, plus base 2, 12, times the height, which is 7, all divided by 2. Okay, we've got to use our order of operations, which says do what's in parentheses first. So 8 times 12 is 20, times the 7, divided by 2. So 20 times 7 gives us 140, divided by 2 is 70. So we have an area of 70 units squared. All right, well, this one we're not given all of our information, so we're going to have to go find some things. So remember, let's just start with this first. This is a 60-degree triangle, that means this is 30 degrees. So this is, remember, on a 60, 30, 90-degree triangle, we've got x square root of 3, x, and then 2x. So in this case, 2x is equal to 8. So x is 4, so this has got to be 4, and this is 4 square roots of 3. All right, well, how in the world are we going to figure out what the other base is? Well, remember that these triangles here, because we're told that these are the same lengths, then they've got to be the same size. So that's also 4 square roots of 3. That's 4. And so this then is the same as this. See how we've created a rectangle or a perfect square there, or not a perfect square, but a rectangle. So then that whole area is going to be all that added together. So 4 plus 12 plus 4 is 20. So again, geometry is just a puzzle. You've got to start with the things that you're given and start, going with all the, till you figure out what it is you actually need. So base 1 is 12, base 2 is 20. The height then is 4 square roots of 3. Remember, our area is base 1 plus base 2 times height, all divided by 2. So we've got 12 plus 20 times our height, which is 4 square roots of 3, all divided by 2. 12 plus 20, that's 32, times 4 square roots of 3, all divided by 2. Remember, you can only multiply those whole numbers by the whole numbers. So 32 times 4 gives you 128. Square roots of 3 divided by 2. The 128 is the part that's divided by 2. So that's 64 square roots of 3. All right, so now for perimeter, we're just going to add up those outside edges. So remember, this one it told us it was 8, and it has that little hash mark. We know that that one side is also 8. So for perimeter, we have the 12 plus 8 plus 20 plus 8. So if we add all that together, that should give us 48. Yes. Okay, so here's a different little shape of a rhombus, but it is still a rhombus. It's a 45, 45, 90 triangle that we've created right here. So remember the rules for that is x and x and x square roots of 2. So in this case, x is 3, so this side has to be 3 and this side has to be 3. Okay, so we have a rectangle here. So this side, this base 1 is 4. Well, base 2 is this entire section down here. So that is 4 plus 3, which is 7. So our height is 3. We already calculated that. Our area, again, the base 1 plus the base 2 times the height, all divided by 2. So that's 4 plus 7. 11 times 3 divided by 2. So get over here, 33 divided by 2 is 16.5. Then for our perimeter, I'm going to add up all of our outside edges. So again, let's just make sure we've got everything labeled here. If this is our rectangle and it is 3, then we know that that side is also 3. So we've got 4 plus 3 plus 7, that whole bottom length, plus 3 square roots of 2. Remember, we can only add together like terms. So 4 plus 3 plus 7 is 14, plus 3 square roots of 2. And we have to leave our answer in that format unless you give a decimal. All right, well, here's something else that's sort of fun about trapezoids, is that we have the median. And remember, when we talk about the median, we're talking about the middle. So notice we've got these hash marks here that tells us those are the same lengths. We have our hash marks here. Those are the same lengths. And the formula for that is, so that's telling us that this line inside there, right here, is at a midpoint if those are the same lengths. And then we can go find the midpoint or the median of that if we take those two bases, add them together, and divide by 2. That tells us the length of that median line inside there, that midpoint line. So instead of using, notice that that is one portion of that area. So if we're given that median, so this is the formula for the median, we'll notice the area of that trapezoid was the base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. Well, this portion is the median, so we could just say the area is the median times the height. All right, so now we're going to find the area of this given trapezoid when we're given the median. And remember, we have to know that these lengths are the same in order to know that that is a median. So the area is the median times the height. Well, our median is 8 and our height is also 8. So 8 times 8 is 64. Okay, a trapezoid has an area that's 7 centimeters squared. The height is 5 centimeters. How long is the median? Well, remember we have this new formula. If we're looking or if we know the median, we can just use area is median times the height. We know area is 7. We're looking for the median. The height is 5. Okay, and so that's all multiplied together. So 7 is 5 times m. It's the normal way that we're used to seeing it. We can divide both sides by 5. So your median is 7/5, or you could leave that as a decimal if you want to for a length. So we could say that's 1.4, 1 4/10. So either answer would be acceptable on that.